Let's get to more on our top story. The United Auto Workers going on strike, taking unprecedented action against all big three automakers at once. Joining us now is Mary Barra, the CEO of General Motors. Mrs. Barra, thank you so much for joining us. And you are in the midst of a strike, and you at GM, you said your final offer for what you was called unprecedented. It was a raise of 20% over the life of the contract, including 10% in the first year. Were you surprised the union rejected it, and is that offer still on the table?
Well, it's great to be here today, and you know, as we look at the situation we're in, I'm extremely disappointed and frustrated that we're on strike, because when you talk about the offer that you just reviewed, the offer is still on the table, and it's a very strong offer, not only from a gross wage perspective, the 20% that compounds to 21% over the life of agreement, but also maintaining world-class health care and job security because of the allocations we've made to all of these plants. They have product and components to continue to build. So disappointed where we're at, but the deal is still on the table, and we're still at the table ready and waiting to negotiate to get people back to work.
And the union's asking for a 40% hike in wages, which it says matches the pay increases that you and your fellow big three CEOs received over the last 4 years. The union said this workers' salaries went up just 6% over that same time period. Is that accurate and fair?
Well, I don't know where the 40% came from. I will tell you from an executive compensation perspective, 92% of my compensation is based on performance. So when we look at where we are from a GM perspective, when GM does well, our employees do well. We've had record profit sharing over the last several years that our employees have participated in. And now, in addition, we're putting a 20% gross wage rate increase, along with other bonuses that come as a part of that. So this is a very, very strong financial offer, again, along with other world-class benefits and health care. And the fact, and I think what our employees is most important to them is job security. And that's important when we're in the middle of a transformation from internal combustion engine vehicles to electric vehicles, and also a very competitive industry.
Yeah, which is a big transformation to go to EV. And, you know, last year, the company's adjusted earnings before interest and tax was a record $14.5 billion. You talked about profit sharing, but profit sharing with your workers was just $500 million. They say you can afford to pay them more. So what's your response to that?
Well, again, each of our employees got over $12,750 from a profit sharing perspective. I think that's significant. But from a profit perspective, everybody has to understand the profits that General Motors makes, we reinvest in the business, we reinvest in our people to put new products, because having products that people want to buy is the way that we keep all of our assembly plants running. So we've been investing in our people, in our facilities, to make sure we have a strong portfolio so we maintain the leadership position we have in this country. General Motors sells more vehicles than anyone else.
And you talked about your transformation over from to EVs, from combustion, but that's another concern among union members because they're concerned that those cars may require fewer workers to build.
Well, at General Motors, I know there's a lot of people who are making different assumptions or statements about the transition from EV to AV. One of the things that General Motors has done, though, because we want to make sure we take all of our employees along with us in this transformation, is we developed power units internally, and we're now allocating them to the plants that build today's internal combustion engine vehicles. So we have a very concentrated plan that we've worked on for several years now to make sure that we have work for all of our employees as we make this transformation. You know, our employees are very talented. The work that they did through COVID, the work and how they managed the semiconductor shortage and supply chain challenges we still see today, they're world class. And in fact, for the last 2 years, General Motors has been recognized as having industry-leading quality by J.D. Powers. That's a result of the talented team that we have on the manufacturing floor.
Yeah, and I can say they definitely are talented and they're the best at what they do. But it's not just GM that's affected. UAW is doing something that's never done before, striking at all three major automakers at the same time. But it said it's only going to walk out of select plants. So how will that impact your business? And will it keep you from keeping, will it be able to keep operations running? Will you be able to keep them running?
Well, right now, the plant that is on strike is our Wentzville plant, and they build the Chevrolet Colorado and the GMC Canyon. These are brand new mid-sized trucks that are doing very well in the marketplace, as well as our cargo van that is also in strong demand as well. So, you know, this can have an impact in a matter of days, but right now our other plants are running.
Will you be back at the bargaining table today?
We're there now. We're ready and want to get back to it. We want to problem solve. We want to get people back to work as quickly as possible.
Well, we hope that that is the case and that it happens ASAP, as you said. Mrs. Barra, thank you so much for joining us. And we want to say that Mary Barra is a member of the Disney board. Disney is the ABC News parent company.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.